be the game plan. I think just dropping an equalizer in front to backing through the burn damage and just chunking everyone super low and playing the fights really slow in front to backing them is how HLE win this game. Power here into the Alistar lane.
And every secondary summoner spell just used immediately as Chovy now dealing with the Pillar of Filth with the flash forward from Zeka to answer the flash out of Chovy.
As Ruler is trading back effectively here. There's the teleport for Zeus.
Oh, this ward. Oh no, it just barely missed out. As now Chovy could be in trouble as well. He does get the Petrifying Gaze down. As now Canyon dives in on top of Guma, but he has a great spell shield to avoid that stun.
In that sense, I'd still rather be on the Rumble side if it were up to me, but
I mean, there's also a Trundle. That's the problem. There's a pulverized flash here out of Delight. Gets Duro into a good position, and Hook connects onto Zeka, but he is still here. That's going to be a kill delivered over to Gumayusi. First blood goes to the Sivir. It does mean that if anyone ever walks into their jungle, they are just probably about to die. That's all right. Kiin is going to be running away from Zeus here, which is going to be a theme throughout this game. Yeah, first rate. That's just what it kind of feels like.
And actually, the dragon was taken by Genji. My mistake on that one. I don't know why I thought Hanwha got a dragon. This try, I'm rooting for him. You know, I want to see this early game blossom into something. Atlas.
We just want more video games. That's the priority.
They'll get the grubs, surely.
Well, Equalizer goes down. Kiin is dealing with all of these things that are coming on through, but the Ram is going to come down. There's the knock-up as well as Kiin should be able to help take this kill down, but the Scrap Shield is going to buy a little bit of time. Finally, Zeus does fall as Kanavi comes in and eats the On. Subjugate, pretty powerful when used against a tank.
It's kind of, you know, tells you what this Ornn is going to do.
The placement was so good. As Ruler is dead, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to flash for some reason. Does have to grab it in the air. Does try. Oh my gosh! Yeah, does get the ward down. Moonlight Vigil comes on in, and Kanavi is just dead. Zeka finally makes his way forward, and the Aphelios will be taken down. But a 1-for-1 is not what I was expecting there. Move on forward to take the remaining grubs.
He
Finally,
found out
they will be going down.
There. He's like, that's extra money. I guess it's worth now. Ruler again?
Yeah, Ruler I think is just dead. He doesn't have any summoner spells. Kanavi makes his way down. The Lantern is almost blocked, but it doesn't quite work as now Delight, Unbreakable Will comes on through, and Kiin will throw out the Ram to take down the cow. That is going to do it. It's a fight in the farmhouse as the Hook is going to be picked up here onto Kanavi, but he's able to walk it off. He'll just be fine, but that is just a really good counter gank. Is this still press Subjugate, feel really, really happy. Problematically though, Canyon is now 2-0. So this Pantheon is just so incredibly large. Chovy's teleported in, looking for an angle here as Zeus is on a ward. Gets poisoned there, and there is the exhaust down onto Canyon. They do manage to get the playback onto Delight, and he's just dead before the fight's even really started. It's the secure on the dragon for Canyon as well as Kiin comes in. Equalizer placement is gorgeous though. Zeus is going to pay for it with his life as the Twin Fangs, they do come in, and Duro's going to be taken down. Zeka looks for the kill, but Canyon, he gets himself out. Chovy has enough health bar, and he's able to just kite this one forward. The poison is not going to connect, but this is just ridiculous. Why is Duro the only one dead?
Canyon, I thought perhaps was considering going back in there, but Duro's the only one who dies, and Zeka looks stressed. I think maybe that was the reason why he decided to target Chovy there.
And Chovy was maybe more of the threat. Maybe it's just like the I'm going to get more out of this play sort of response.
Exactly, because Canyon
takes a turret.
He can't really, Canyon can't really go back in and impact anything else that happens after that, so maybe.
They do not. They in fact have a negative lead. Some would call it a deficit. As it's also a Chemtech Soul. I thought it was going to be an Infernal, but here's a train. There's the knock-up. Hook is going to connect, and they'll just chain CC Kanavi. He does get so much of his health bar back though. Moonlight Vigil, not quite enough, and there's the bottom lane biting the dust. They put too much into the Trundle, and he just lives. The King's tribute was paid, and Gumayusi for some reason died. And Kanavi does his shenanigans with the Rift Herald. That should spell the end of this outer turret in the mid lane.
Yeah,
2-for-1 in the end.
There. He took a ton of turret damage, but actually you didn't see how Ruler got the kill on him there.
Canyon may kill Zeus, and yes, he does.
All right, well that was a pretty tricky move. Just
I don't think it's, and it's not. Wait, if you kept your Christmas tree up though, does it count?
No.
Damn it.
Sorry, only once a year.
I put mine away as well. I'm normally really tardy, but not this time.
It's actually much weaker on leap years because you get one extra day where it's not possible to use it.
Wait, is it a leap year this year? Do we have less? We
can
go back to it. We're filming the POG state later, so maybe we can go into it there.
This is a dragon setup here for Genji that's very difficult to crack. Hanwha have no vision.
Yep, Ruler has so much range as well as Delight goes in once again, but his health bar is just missing. Gets the pulverize onto Chovy though, that's the turn that they're looking for, but the cow is just going to go down. The Seraph Shield, massive here as Chovy's looking relatively safe, and Ruler is just terrifying. HLE now 4 versus 5, and Zeka is in the front line, not where he wants to be. As the hook is going to go wide, Boomerang Blade also not finding the mark, as Ruler finding himself in a very good position. That moonshot, my god. The damage out of
Delight. By the time he uses it, he's taking so much damage. It's not enough to save him because they have full control of that side of the fight. In live, looks like Kanavi might be caught as well. But look at Guma, he just cannot hit the bad guys. You know what I mean? Like he cannot actually join the fight. Once again, is split up by Gen.G. Kanavi does survive in live, but Gen.G, just like they did in game 2 on the Baron, just completely cut Hanwha in half and make it so difficult for the fight to play out.
Yeah, and as soon as Gen.G is spread like that, the value of the Sivir just isn't as high, and now the value of the Sivir might be going away. Black Cleaver upgraded. Obsidian Cleaver.
Yes.
Is, I believe, what the name was.
Guma has the highest damage in the game. See if that can continue as Duro.
Yeah, that is going to be Zeka getting flayed back. Does have the Ghost, though, so he should be able to catch back up again. Good bellows breath there from Kiin, but he just searingly charged. He's done a lot of damage so far this game. That will continue because he can cut through this on, especially after he gets subjugated. As Chovy, he will decide to take the turret down.
He's like, Chovy, please take opportunity
yeah.
if they get this, by the way, which is pretty insane value for them with this Ornn and even the Aphelios.
And the Cassio, honestly, with Seraphs.
Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, this is actually kind of crazy how much damage they'll be able to do.
Ooh, Kiin. Ooh, just barely. Yep. Duro not going to be able to find that there, but the observing, gorgeous. Beautiful.
They're just trying to chip away at this turret before the dragon spawns. HLE have no prio here whatsoever.
All right, Canyon does dive on top of Kanavi here.
Gets a pillar cooldown.
He can just take his lantern to get himself back. That might be Delight looking for an opportunity, but he gets hooked once again. Pulverized the air. Just looked a little bit frustrated.
He was
understand
mad.
why.
Angry cow.
Yep, very angry cow. Hook gonna go wide yet again though. So support's just kind of missing some buttons. But wait,
Atlas,
hang on.
They're just gonna try to do Baron here.
I guess.
I think
Gen.G may just get the soul, and then they can probably ult Canyon in if they do want to try and contest for this.
I don't know about this one, Hanwha. Very risky.
Yeah, they get the information here as Canyon's going to press that button. The train going to leave the station as well. As in goes the Pantheon. It's going to be a 50-50 as he can take the lantern as well. He's into the pit, and there's the steal for Canyon. The hook goes wide yet again, but the cow is mincemeat, and Canyon's still alive for such a long time. Chovy stopping the retreat here as he's just slithering out the back of the pit, but that is still a couple of kills. Petrifying Gaze catches Guma. He does use the spell shield pretty well, but Zeka's so close to dead, and Ruler says good night to the rest of HLE.
And now he's trying to get in there. Look at how low Kiin goes. But then Chovy just says, we didn't just steal a Baron, we won the game. Watch this.
Yeah. He saw that angle, and getting that one Twin Fang was almost enough for Guma, but then Ruler was still alive, so he's dead. Chovy and for Ruler, like right now. They're missing 2,000 gold because he just hasn't pressed the button.
Yeah, it's
right?
kind of
He's
crazy.
level 16.
That's right.
It doesn't matter at all. You just need to win. That's the main thing. Is Canyon, who's looking at the bottom lane, did get interrupted, but still things. Yeah.
They came off of, at that time, of course, the win, the LCK Summer. Things have changed here.
Well, now the train is going to come on through. Maybe this is the last call. As there's the hook back. And the Trundle is just dead before he can do anything at all. Canyon takes the lantern ride to get himself to safety. These ricochets are cutting them to pieces.
And it's just such a tragedy. Every time Kiin presses R, like somebody dies. Canyon's very low here, but he has GA, so he doesn't really care.
Yeah, it looks like Gen.G still want to try and find an angle.
I mean, Elder spawns in 20 seconds. Maybe the flip angle and the one team fight from that could get Hanwha the win in time. It could happen.
Yeah, Grand Starfall is actually not available as Canyon did manage to stop the back. The play is so good, though, to deny. Petrifying Gaze doesn't do the most work, but Kiin gets to Gumayusi into the backline, but he does flash his way out. The problem is, though, his range is too low. It's a triple kill for Ruler, and Gumayusi cannot do anything by himself in this bottom lane with an angry conductor looking to take him down. Breathe some fire. Look at that skin. Isn't it just fantastic? As Kiin will be able to demonstrate it one more time in the POM view that we will get later on today.
I don't know. It's crazy. Kiin got his first career penta, and yet my vote finger still kind of gets drawn to the support vote again here.
Oh, and we have the dangerous double support English desk as well at the space. Oh dear, Ruler almost dies to that turret, but it's looking like that 3-0 that everyone was dreading. And HLE, this was their final game at the LCK Cup. Gen.G will send them home early and